Hello everybody, let's do a Thronebreaker guide. Technically Cavalier, all these nodes kind of like, overlap into one another. So we're going to look into this. So yeah, check out the link in the description. We've got a spreadsheet which I've now completed, which has got all the boss breakdowns, which we're going to talk about in this video, and then also some footage, and also go over some of the paths, all those things. Check out the link in the description. Let's get to work. As a lot you know, time is of the essence to 100% this in order to get into Paragon Gauntlet. So, get cracking with 1.1, short temper, dodge, duck, dip, and dive. This is all about using Illuminati, Thanos army champions, as well as dimensional beings. Your champions, if you choose to accept them for this particular quest, will be, well, there's some incredibly effective ones. These are the ones I really recommend. Magneto, Namor. Magneto is actually a really good option because there's a lot of hashtag metals about. Namor, Ebony Moore, Magic, America Chavez, Cosmic Ghost Rider Galan, Corvus Glaive, Spot, Mr. Fantastic, Hulk, Ant-Man, Future, to name but a few. The boss is Venompool. To be honest, this is not much of an issue, I would say, for this one. Poison debuff immune champions may be good options. You've got to watch out about Arrogance, which is every 10 hits on the attacker's combo meter. So basically look out for your combo meter when it ticks over because it can cost you. But also Scared Stiff. Every 8 seconds the attacker is rooted for 4 seconds. Rooted champions cannot move but can still attack. I would say as long as you know how to evade the Venompool heavy attack, you should be fine. Or maybe just stay in your block and then trigger off it. So if you're in your block, the champion's going to try and heavy attack you. Just swipe back, and when he does the big kind of uppercut thing, watch out for occult immunity. But to be honest, this is a very straightforward fight. I just think the easiest thing is poison immune based champions. So Overseer, Iceman, Hulkling, Medusa, Kingpin. Well, Kingpin kind of plays into it. Cassie Lang. The list goes on. 1.2 is all about champions that are skill based. Well, kind of skill based. Every 5 hits, a skill attacker lands and purifies all damaging debuffs on them. Of course, there's going to be some skill champions that are better than others, of course. So you've got the likes of Black Widow, Deadly Origin, Falcon, Black Panther, Shang-Chi, Ronin, Black Cat, Craven. The list goes on, to be honest. Any skill champion really works, so pick your poison, I think, with that. And when it comes to the end boss, your end boss is going to be Mole Man. Some great options for Mole Man because the champion does have shock tether. If either champion has not made contact in 6 seconds, both champions gain a shock debuff. Can be annoying. Shock immune champions may be an option. Debuff shruggers, damaging debuff shruggers, again, maybe on that one. Just depends on what you like or dislike about this. Keep distance for fight or flight. And some of the various different champions that I used or recommend was the likes of Hulkling, Ant-Man, I think Ant-Man Future on that one. I don't know why I've written down Ant-Man for some reason. Oh, that's it, because he's shock immune. Yes, that's a class disadvantage. I'm going to remove that from the spreadsheet mid-flow because I'm just going to think that may not be working. Mole Man versus the Mole Man, maybe. Infamous Doom, Doctor Doom, Kingpin, Domino, Bishop. You pick on what and how you want to approach this one with some of the various poison. Shock immune champions, but also some different effective options as well. Next up, we've got Crack in the Armor, which is all about your cosmic champions. They didn't get out then. Cosmic champions. And there's so many cosmic champions to choose from for this. Whether or not you're going with the likes of Medusa to get an armor break, access to it quickly, Hercules with the Cap Infinity War synergy, Corvus Glaive with well-timed blocks, Cosmic Ghost Rider with the SP2, King Groot off SP1, Captain Marvel movie, and other champions like Ronan with heavy attack. So many different options. Null as well. The list goes on with available options for this one. But also when it comes to the boss, because that's the other thing as well. The boss for this is going to be Red Hulk. Red Hulk has Fractured Guard, which you can see there, Reddening, Toxic Thoughts, Languor, which is quite annoying whenever the power empties to 0. Suffer 240% of the champion's attack as direct damage, and Encroaching Stun. There's a few things to take note with this one. I personally recommend for this Hercules, because Hercules build up on the path and he does have some elements of reducing down poison based damage, and of course he goes immortal, so you probably have a very strong Hercules going from start to finish, so look to that. But you also have poison immune options like Overseer. That's good. Also, you know, Nick Fury, Angela, Kingpin, to name but a few. There's tons of options, but poison immune champions can do the job. Off to 2.2, and this is all about mutant-based champions, antagonistic. Do bear in mind if there's specific champions on the route that are evade-based champions, then try to make do, parry heavy, or evade-based suppression, slow debuffs, you name it. Try and box clever with choices. But to be honest, this is pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Antagonistic, reckless abandon, roll with the punches, do a parry heavy. You got unblockable, go hit the enemy champion. You get fury buffs, it's fury passives. Lots of different champions are going to be helpful for you for this one. Do look to your Apocalypse in order to build champions up. Kitty Pryde, Gambit, Magneto, very helpful at times. I used Iceman, Colossus, Bishop. Bishop's really good actually. Really kind of like, you know, smash stuff and then goes into the next fight with special attacks. Who doesn't love that? So yeah, some great options right there. When it comes to your boss, the boss of this is going to be Baron Zemo. And Baron Zemo has Ebb and Flow Intercept. Just do an intercept, then you get Fury passive, similar to some other nodes if you've done them before. Wavering Will Intercept. The defender's ability actually cannot be reduced. Intercepting the defender disables the effect for 10 seconds. I would say with this one, there's a lot of decent counters, a lot of different options. I personally used Magneto. I think it's very effective. Tried White Magneto with a pre-fight passive parry. It didn't come off the way I wanted to. I think a lot of mutant-based champions do it relatively well. Apocalypse works quite well because he deals with the... with some stuff, I think, as well as some debuffs that you get triggered off on you. So maybe some debuff shruggers, some cleansers could be very helpful. But yeah, Magneto, Kitty Pryde, Apocalypse. Keep the champion to an SP1. Simple as that. If you can try. On to 3.1, and it's Danger, High Voltage. And this is all about, of course, tech-based champions. So some of the best tech-based champions will be ones that have a shock as part of their kit, or indeed do power drain. My champion of choice for this is indeed infamous Iron Man, but that's double bubble. Bit of power control, bit of shock at the same time. Looked at many different champion options. Nimrod, depending on the situation. Vulture, Guillotine 299, SP1 rotation. Penny Parker's a very good champion for this one. Probably another MVP that I quite like. The list goes on. A Mega Sentinel with a Nimrod synergy. Tons of different options. When it comes to the boss for this one, the boss is unfortunately, not unfortunate, it is it's going to be Iron Man. Iron Man has Attacker's Special Burst Lockdown, Enhanced SP1, Combo 2, the walls are closing in, Obstinate Charge, which is, yeah, immunity to stun, which is a bit annoying. To be honest, it isn't as bad as you might think. So some of the various different options that I used against this one, or kind of like options that I would recommend, you could either have Magneto, which works relatively well, Doctor Doom, Hercules. You could have stagger-based champions, nullify-based champions, just to kind of suppress. You choose what you want to and how you want to take this down. And as I've kind of said, stagger, nullify, other great options. There's so many options to take this down. Very straightforward champion. And our final quest is all about short temper, sidestep strike. I'm not a massive fan of this particular buff and node, mainly because I just don't like the concept of it. If you go into a fight, do a parry heavy, then you get these evade charges when the enemy champion hits you. They go into a stun, passive stun, so you're able to hit them and build up those. So basically do that, like parry heavy every time, just kind of like build those passive evades, which are going to help you out in the long run. And of course, even better if you've got Spider-Verse based champions, if you've got science champions, or you've got yourself Spider-Verse, Symbiote, Sinister Six champions. That's the way to go with this one. Okay, so yeah, loads of different options. Null, Spider-Man 2099, Stark Spidey, Penny Parker, Symbiote, the Summon Symbiote. So people are using that as well. There's tons of options. And the boss is Gladiator. To be honest, this boss is actually a lot more simple than you might think. And I've seen someone use the Summon Symbiote against him. I think it was Piccolo. I'm going to try that myself next. Symbiote Supreme, Sorcerer Supreme, Kitty Pryde, Rintra, Human Torch, My personal favourites are Archangel, Doctor Doom with a slappy slap, and even Ronan with an infinite stun kind of like takedown. So there's tons of options right here to take down Gladiator. I think it's a lot more straightforward than people might think. And that's been it. That's been a video. Check out the link in the description for the spreadsheet. I'm going to now get to work on other content because, hey, there's tons of videos still to make, and loads of people put out stuff already. I'm going to try and catch up. I've got tons to do, tons of ideas that are going to be fun. So look out for them. Have a great weekend. Support the content. I'll see you all soon. Cheers. Bye.